Pickleball is one of the world's fastest-growing sports. With millions of active players already on the court and many more on the horizon, it's clear that this sport is here to stay. Invented in 1965, pickleball combines elements of three sports: tennis, badminton, and ping pong, and is played using paddles, a wiffle ball, and a rectangular court around half of the size of a tennis court. It's a sport that nearly anyone can play, regardless of their athletic background. The rules are simple and most players are able to hit back and forth within minutes of setting foot onto the court. Pickleball can be played recreationally or competitively, promotes both physical and mental health, is extremely social and very addictive. So let's learn more about this great game, presented by Sports Ed TV and Gamma Pickleball. Play to live, live to play.
Pickleball is played on a rectangular court, approximately 1/3 the size of a tennis court, and has two sides. Each side has sidelines, a baseline, a center line, and two non-volley zones, referred to by some as the kitchen. The center line divides the two service sides, the left service court and the right service court. And now here are 4 common ways to win a point. Number 1. The ball bounces outside the court's sidelines or baseline, which is considered to be out. Number 2. The ball lands in the net. Number 3. The ball bounces twice on the same side. Number 4. A player volleys the ball while standing inside the non-volley zone. Players may step into the non-volley zone and hit the ball, but only if they let it bounce first. Players can also reach in and hit the ball into the air while standing behind the non-volley zone. Players can stand in the non-volley zone for as long as they want, as long as they don't volley. Hitting the ball into the non-volley zone off a bounce is called a dink. The dink is one of the most important shots in pickleball, and often the first one that beginners learn. Now, each point begins with a serve, by tossing the ball into the air, or by bouncing it on the ground. The serve must be hit underhanded from behind the baseline, and land in the diagonal box beyond the non-volley zone. There are 3 rules that govern the service motion. Number 1. The paddle must be swung in a low to high motion. Number 2. The ball must be contacted below the belly button. Number 3. The tip of the paddle must be below the player's wrist at the point of contact. Though we won't cover them in this video, other common pickleball shots include the drop, the drive, and the volley. Each game begins with teams using the 50-50 method to decide who serves and who receives. The teams may defer and choose which side to start on as well. For example, by flipping a coin or playing rock, paper, scissors. When a serve goes to the other team, known as a side out, the player on the right side is always the first to serve. The only instances in which players switch sides is if the serving team scores a point. Before players are legally permitted to hit the ball out of the air, the ball must bounce once on each side of the court. The serving team must allow the return to bounce before taking it out of the air. And the returning team can hit balls into the air following their return. This is why, when it comes to nearly every point, the returning team will rush the net directly after returning the serve. If you'd like to learn more about how to play this incredible sport, visit sportsedtv.com for world-class instructional videos, blogs, and resources. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you on the court.